Great. Let us move on to inventory and let's revisit the APIs page. What I would like to do is give you a more complete explanation of the functions that are available from this page. Okay. Number one, we have the curly braces with an ellipsis in between, and then we have two options. Either download the OpenAPI specs, which is going to give you a zip file, right? If I selected, it's exactly what I'm going to get, a zip file, or visualize my APIs using Swagger UI. Swagger UI is fairly standard in our industry, and a lot of people, including myself, are familiar with Swagger UI. And I was familiar with the Swagger UI way before I joined No Name Security. So you may prefer, as a professional, you may prefer to also consult with the Swagger UI view as compared to just looking at the information that the no-name platform is providing you because of familiarity, right? So the only API you see right here is post flights, and you may be wondering, well, I had 11 APIs, now I only see one. Well, if you look at the top, so destination, you will see that the list is filtered based upon the host name. Okay, so if I select the other host, now I'm going to see the other 10, right? And I can inspect, I can open one of these, I can inspect the inputs, I can inspect the outputs, and so on. Okay, so this may be more familiar to some of you guys. All right, let's close all the extra windows that we have right here and go back to the no-name platform. So that's the functionality of these curly braces with the three dots. And we already have talked about the vertical ellipsis where we can create filters and so on. Now the next thing I would like to do is I would like to add one more column, and that column is the owner. Okay, so I'm adding the owner. I'm going to move the owner so it's readily available right before risk, right here. All right, and of course I'm going to take the tag as well. There's a tags as well, and I'm going to move it also right after the owner so it's readily available to us. Okay, that's what I would like to do. All right. Um, Let's use that multi-select. There's a button, a checkbox with a check mark with a tooltip enable multiple selections. Okay, select it. Now you're going to get a set of check marks immediately to the left of that table. Pay attention to the buttons at the top, right? Because I'm going to make a couple of selections. I'm going to select the app register and the app login APIs. Okay, so you can sort it by path if you want to, and you're going to see the app login and the app register all the way to the top. So I'm going to select app login and app register. As soon as I make my first selection, the button changed because now I'm given the option to multi-set owners, multi-set tags, and set comments, right? Add comments that are pretty much um, apply to these APIs. The very first thing I'm going to do is set an owner, right? API owner. I will tell you right now, as a no-name platform operator, one of the hardest tasks you're going to have is to track down who owns what. Can you imagine, instead of those 11 APIs that I've been showing you all along, you have, I don't know, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, right? Who owns what? And I also mentioned to you a couple of solutions to that question that some of our customers have applied, which is add the owner in one of the headers inside the API so that I can enable the no-name platform to automatically set the ownership tags. Okay. Now we have set owner, and these are pretty much the user management APIs. So we're gonna add the owner, the user management team. We need to click create new user management team or press enter, whatever works for you. And now the record has been created, and now we can provide an email, users team at acme.com, and we can add a comment if we like. Right? Now that we save, watch, the owners are set in the table. Okay. The other thing we can do is set tags, set appropriate tags in every single one for these two APIs. So I'm going to select them again. and I'm going to set API tags, and I can start creating tags. You have two choices. Either you can add to existing tags, we got none. So either or of these two will work. We're going to select replace tag, and we're going to say this is users, related to users. Press enter. You created the tags, and this is administrative task, admin. And again, tags are there to capture important metadata for this API, right? Or the set of APIs that we're setting this tag for. And let's save. There you go. So the more information you provide to decorate your API with important metadata, the easier it's going to be to manage them. Okay. Now the difficulty is how you track down the owners, and I mentioned a couple of ways, right? Or understanding the API so you can add appropriate tags. Okay. All that can be automated by using the feature under, let me show you again, under settings, under discovery, extract tags from headers. So instead of doing it manually like I did, you can come in here and specify the different header names so that the values become tags, right? For the APIs, of course, that we find the header names under, right? In the request and so on. Let's go back to the inventory. Let's go back to the APIs. Now, I left the page. I went back to the settings, came back to the page. My look and feel disappeared. My look and feel disappeared. Okay, it's all gone. All right, so that's a different problem altogether. My tags is still right here. My owner is right here, right? So I have to go back and redo the whole thing. Okay, keep that in mind. You perform changes to this look and feel, you navigate away, it disappears. But that problem, the solution to that problem is going to be addressed in the next section when we start talking about queries and the query catalog. Okay, for the time being, the functions available to you in this table is what I just showed you. Okay, all right. Section end.